Good morning. It's Wednesday, November 2nd. And I don't know how many of you out there are addicted to watching things or listening to things on the social media sites like TikTok and Twitter and several other sites that provide miscellaneous information, and major portions of them are misinformation. Totally wrong. Lies, things that people dream up in their wildest imaginations get out there. And millions of people watch these things, and they believe what they see out there, when they don't realize that sites like Twitter and TikTok have no real parameters for truth. Why am I ranting about that this morning? I'm ranting about that because Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, has been attacked on Twitter. He's been attacked. And he has been accused of being gay. And they are saying on Twitter, by some very notable people, like Elon Musk and Donald Trump Jr. and Dinesh D'Souza, who it turns out is an Indian-American commentator on some news channel that I have probably never heard of or watched. So these so-called purveyors of the truth have put forth the spurious theory that they are basing on some incorrect news report and some handful of pieces of evidence that are totally out of context. And this entire story that they are telling the public runs contrary to the explanation that the police and federal law enforcement have outlined. And the suspect in the attack, David DePape, broke into Pelosi's house and attacked him. And they are claiming, these spurious attackers, or claimers, these spurious claimers, are claiming that they were lovers, that DePape and Pelosi were lovers, and they had a lover's spat, and DePape came back and viciously attacked Paul Pelosi because of that love affair that had gone south. Now why? Why would prominent figures, I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they're prominent, that's Musk and Trump Jr. and D'Souza. They're not prominent, they're liars. And maybe even if the thing was somewhat true, does it belong out there in social media? Hasn't the mere fact that this man could have been killed, he was badly beat, fractured skull, beaten with a hammer, survived, 82 years old, and he survived the attack. And now he's got to listen to all kinds of crap out on social media? And the problem with social media is that the fools that watch that thing believes what they're being told. It's bad enough that they believe anything that's out there by anybody. But when prominent figures like Musk and Trump Jr. go out there and lie, and people will believe it, that's a terrible situation. And there was no evidence that Pelosi even knew this man. In fact, all the evidence indicates that they had never met, that DePape was a loner and just being driven by who knows what forces. And you know, this is not a kid, this is not a teenager or a young man in his 20s. This is a 42-year-old man that sneaks into the back of the speaker's house and beats up her husband. So why? Why is he given the benefit of any kind of doubt? But on social media, you can say anything, anytime, anywhere. And this just shows how quickly conspiracies can spread. How eager political actors use these lies to push their agendas. What I am surprised at right now is that we haven't heard from Marjorie Taylor Greene or Bobart or Josh Hawley. Those political figures, I would think, would just jump at the chance to take advantage of this situation. But they haven't done that, and that's to their credit so far. And Mitch McConnell is very upset about the whole. So this is not something that politicians really want to see, because this opens up a whole new spectrum for their lives. Recognizing the fact that there are people out there who are liable to break into their house and attack their families or attack them. Because as far as I know, our political figures are not given a lot of protection. Nancy Pelosi doesn't have a police force outside her house or guards outside her house to protect her. She lives like a regular citizen. You know, you come home, you go into your house, you do what you have to do, you leave, you're okay. You know the neighbors. So this is a terrible example that's out there. And these assholes who are pushing the gay lover theory have pointed to several purported pieces of evidence based upon lies and twisted storylines. And why does this get out into the public domain? Why do things like that have to appear? They don't. And they said that Pepe was in his underwear when the police arrived at the scene. But then the local news story corrected that. But it was too late. It was too late. Even though they removed the assertion that he was in his underwear, it was too late. The damage was done. And of course, we got to get those erstwhile citizens like Musk and Trump Jr. and DeSouza to spread this vicious rumor. So that's what this country has boiled down to. Boiled down to a place where lies become the truth. And they spread like wildfire through social media. To a place that is totally ungoverned in any way, shape, or form. Those sites do not enhance the education of this country. They do not enhance the news that goes on in this country. So I leave you with that. And I hope that you are not a Twitter or a TikTok fan and you recognize the fact that almost everything out there must be taken with several large grains of salt. So have a great day. I'll see you in the morning.